Championship Sunday here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. It's the 3C2A Women's Volleyball Championships for volleyball. Mike Cepeda, Matt Henson, Jorge Cepeda with you today. Raul Perez as well on our wireless camera. Happy you've joined us. Everybody spread the word, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can catch this broadcast also on YouTube. You have a set-top box, Apple TV, Xbox One. You can go to the YouTube app in that device and search SoCal College Sports 1. Click the live option. Catch us on the big screen. It's Fresno City and host LA Pierce, the Brahma Bulls, and the Rams about to do battle here in the women's final, the final game for women's volleyball in 2016. Should have a good one. Stay tuned. About to get underway here in the final for 2016 3C2A Women's Volleyball. Mike Cepeda joined alongside Kevin Kramer. And Coach Kramer had an opportunity to participate in these finals, the final 8 here at LA Pierce College, eventually going down in the first game yesterday to Grossmont. And Grossmont dispatched yesterday by this Fresno City squad very impressively. In fact, Fresno, the Rams came out very flat in that game and really righted the ship in an emphatic way, sweeping out the top team in the state in the rankings.
Yeah, you know, Fresno City all year long has played very controlled and under, you know, just in pressure situations. You know, we had the luck of playing them twice this year and don't make a whole lot of errors, and they're solid across the board, one of the more physical teams across the state, and I think Pierce is going to have a lot to deal with out there. Yeah,
and Pierce was pushed to 5 last night versus El Camino. El Camino, storied program throughout the state of California, and what an ending last night. Looked like LA Pierce was just going to sweep on through, and El Camino comes storming back to force a 5th set and eventually succumb to the host team. And that energy really, I think, the difference last night in the building for the Brahma Bulls. About to get underway here. It's the final of the 3C2A 2016 Women's Volleyball Championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Molten, the official ball of the 3C2A Championships. Happy you've joined us, everybody. Mike Cepeda, Kevin Kramer with you. And Kevin Kramer providing some credibility to the broadcast.
Well, I don't know if my wife would agree with you, but we'll do our best.
I think my wife would agree with you, or would agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, no, this should be a good matchup. You know, it's exciting for Fresno to be here, and you know, we've had some representation by Cabrillo the past couple of years, and it's nice to see Fresno now, you know, taking it to Pierce here. But Pierce, you know, with their match last night, you know, they have to have some confidence too to be able to hold on and get here. So it should be a good one.
Yeah, Coach Mardini's really established a winning culture here at LA Pierce, and you had to figure they were going to be a tough out at home. And Cassidy Rosso has really been the difference. You have to imagine that if the Brahma Bulls, in fact, win today, she's going to be named MVP. And some more storylines about her as the day goes on. But, you know, she's overcome a tragedy in the family just a few weeks ago. And to put on the kind of performance on this stage tells a lot about her character, you know, not only as a player but as a human being. Just very, very impressive out here. And Cassidy Rosso, a player to watch. Haley Alvarez, also a player to watch, and I was told give a few shout-outs to players, family members that could not make it. Erica in Phoenix, Andy in Miami, Brian in Monrovia. He's right up the street. What's his deal? No, it's okay. He's probably working. Carla in Dallas, Nancy in Austin, Patty in El Paso, Paula in El Paso, and Grandpa as well in El Paso, Texas. About to get underway. It's the Brahma Bulls in black, Fresno City, the Rams in white. About ready to go here. It's the final of the final 8. We started with 8. We're down to 2. We will crown a champion today. Whitley Doss with a kill on the far side to get things going for the Brahma Bulls.
Great swing to start the match there. You know, you want to come out and have a little confidence early.
Yeah, she's got a whip. And she puts it to full use on the first play of the game. Alvarez will serve it up. Back set. That's a good swing on the far side. Not bad by Goldsberry.
She's had a great tournament so far. She's had a great season all year, playing really loose and one of the go-tos for Fresno.
O'Keefe, another go-to for the Rams. Expect to see a lot of her today. Outside, they go back to Doss. That one dug out, not too much on it. Near side, Cervantes, another good swing. That's a great job of keeping it alive for the Brahma Bulls. Set, quick set. O'Keefe gets roofed back over. That by Peyton Moyles. The setter.
That'll be a big thing for Fresno to deal with, is that Pierce block. It's been rough all weekend on teams, and hopefully Fresno can find a way to get past it a little bit.
You know, a team that had a rough block going yesterday was El Camino, who fell just shy of this final. Rosso puts that one over but not down, putting it down on the far side.
If Fresno can keep the ball under control and they can win the ball control game, they should have a chance to be in this.
That's a great point, Kevin. I expect a tough battle today. Expect this to be a long one. Be surprised if it was a sweep. Both teams very well matched up. Rosso moving over, and that's a terrific play on the run. She had to get out of the way of Moyles, who had just set her up. Looked like a 5 ball there, and she has enough time to get under it and move forward and make a play on it. So 3-2. Pierce with an early lead here in set 1. Ken Stanley Court, the campus of L.A. Pierce College. The Brahma Bulls and the Rams on SoCal College Sports. Good serve, handled pretty well. Winden can't put it down. Moyles says, not so fast. Back set, off of the tape and the block, and it's a point for the Rams.
Good to be lucky.
Better be lucky than good. Rigby on the set, Winden on the kill. It's 3-all.
Game like this, can't afford to miss many serves.
No,
gotta serve tough.
Margin of error is going to be pretty low today. And you talked about Fresno doing such a good job over the weekend of minimizing their errors and really letting other teams beat themselves. Nice swing from Cervantes. Perfect pass. Alvarez, Rosso off of the block. Goldsberry trying to contain it. Free ball coming. Back set. Alvarez blocked back over. Rosso. She gets her whip going and cracks it down.
She gets going early. Fresno's going to be in for a long afternoon here.
Well, it could be a short afternoon in a long way. 5-3, the Brahma Bulls with a 2-point lead early in set 1. Moyles back to the service line for the Brahmas. That one just beyond the back line. That's a good eye from Cervantes.
She's had a great tournament as well. I mean, one of the more unassuming players in the tournament, and all of a sudden you realize that, man, she's a leader on the court in a lot of different ways.
It's a great point. It's really been a team effort that has gotten Fresno City this far. Alvarez goes angle, and it's out. Knotted up at 5-all. Mini run for the Rams has it knotted up at 5. Mike Cepeda, Kevin Kramer, head coach at Gavilan College. With you on the broadcast, off of the block, and that one just too much power from Rosso. How impressed are you with Cassidy Rosso?
I tell you what, she can do it from all over the court. And outside, right side, they can move her through the middle a little bit. I mean, when you're that dynamic for defense, it's hard to figure out where to play you.
And you have to imagine she's getting some looks from some D1 colleges.
I would hope so.
One-handed set, another free ball situation. L.A. Pierce likes to feast all over this, but Harrell goes just a little bit long, mistimed the set, and hits it kind of falling away, and it goes past the back line. The Rams will score.
Fresno hasn't got the offense going here, but Pierce is kind of letting them hang around and just find some flow.
Well, Grossmont let Fresno hang around, and really, as soon as Fresno garnered some momentum, Grossmont had zero answer. They could not get going. Goldsberry gets blocked back over.
You know, going back to that Grossmont Fresno game yesterday. That was really the difference in the game. I mean, Fresno was under control every dig. I mean, Grossmont dug a lot of balls, but they weren't in system coming back. A lot of free balls.
Gianni Brown, one of, if not the best libero in the state, on display yesterday for Grossmont in a losing effort. She had a fantastic tournament. That one hit off the block. Goldsberry, 8-6. The Rams starting to seize control here.
So much confidence for her this year. Just so much more understanding of how to play the position.
It's fun to watch as a coach, you know, the evolution of players, not only on your own team, but on opposing teams as well. And is that a net violation, Coach?
Yep, on the outside, number 9.
So that'll go against O'Keefe, All-American selection.
I tell you what, the growth from these players, you know, across the state at our level, it's amazing. You know, and they go from being the second or third best high school person on their team to maybe one of the best players in the state.
Yeah. Lovick, Moyles, Doss, tools the block. So Whitley Doss, she's batting 100 so far. I haven't seen her miss.
Hit that kind of percentage, you're going to do okay here.
Yeah, I think you're going to be all right. 8-all, tied back up. Seesaw battle here in set 1. It's the Rams from Fresno and the Brahma Bulls from L.A. Pierce hosting Maldonado puts that one into the twine, goes back to Fresno on serve.
Something to keep an eye on earlier. A couple of those errors are just letting Fresno be here.
Yeah.
And if Pierce can get those under control, I mean, they might get a 2 or 3 point lead and be able to run a little bit.
Good point. So Rigby will serve it over. Not a tough one to deal with. Alvarez hammers it down. Good response after the service error by the Brahmas. Ties it back up at 9.
Pierce looking really balanced across the net right now, getting everybody involved.
Megan Weaver up front with Doss and Moyles. Big swing on the outside. Goldsberry.
Looks like she's feeling it.
Yeah, she's got it going. She's locked in. We got a battle here. Women's 2016 3C2A Women's Volleyball Final. Weaver on the move. And Megan Weaver had it going in the first match yesterday for LA Pierce, but in the second match versus El Camino, the timing not there between Weaver and Moyles. And you saw a couple missed opportunities on the backslide that time, no doubt about it. Far side, huge swing, whoa! That's winded.
Great way to answer. Great way to answer.
That's tit for tat right there. Back and forth we go. Remember, if you can't make it here to the gym, catch the broadcast live. We are streaming from the campus of LA Pierce. That one looked like it sailed over the back line. Can we catch a replay of that, Matt? Matt Henson, our technical director today.
Something we're talking about, you know, replay in the NCAA level. For the game itself could be something we could see in the JC level here in the next couple of years too.
Look at the replay and see if that sailed wide. That was wide.
That was definitely out.
That was definitely out.
Needed.
We got a coach's eye up here in the booth, and I'll tell you what, that was a missed call. Goes in favor of the Rams. They lead it by 1. As this last point went to the Brahmas. We were checking the replay. We like to be as sure as possible. Sometimes you're going to miss the action. Cervantes with a good swing. Dug out. Rosso, not a big approach. Dug out by Goldsberry. Bump set, near side. Cervantes falling back, looking for the hardwood. Can't find the open space. Rosso's going to roll shot it over. Bump set. Winden. Big swing. Dug out by Alvarez. That's just great positioning from the Brahma Bulls. Izquierdo gets it back. Layered off the block. Good rally. Rosso. Off the block, not down. Talked about that block, Coach. Harrell moving on the slide, dug out again. Back and forth. Goldsberry, can she end it? She will. And Moyles runs into the netting apparatus on the far side. Gets up. She's a gamer.
You got to watch. Fresno's defense turns into quality swings. And yesterday against Grossmont couldn't do the same. So if we see if Pierce can get some quality swings out of their defense as well, they're getting the ball up. They just need to be able to swing out of it.
It's like if you're LA Pierce, you're playing against a bunch of liberos that can hit.
Absolutely.
13-11. It's a 2-point lead for Fresno City. Moyles looking for the pancake there, and you can't get it over. Oh, what a great effort, Allie Cooper.
Good touch. I mean, they're getting a piece of everything right now. Defensively, they're kind of locked in too, so.
Moyles back to serve. Saw her all over the place. Good serve. Layered. I don't think that got over. Ricocheted off of the tape and a hand. And it's a forward touch. 13-all. Coach, how many ties have we had here in set 1?
It's been back and forth. 2-point lead. I think that was the max we've had so far, right?
I think so. Moyles goes short. Cervantes handles it pretty well. Near side. Molander. Rosso. Big swing. Another dig. Goldsberry layered. Battle at the net. The overpass results in a point for Harold. So Cairo Harrell.
Saw a defensive dig turn into a quality swing for Pierce there, and they were able to capitalize. That's going to be key here moving forward.
Harold, a freshman middle blocker. Got to be excited about her coming back next season. So athletic on the net.
The rest of us aren't excited about it. They might be.
LA Pierce for sure. Layered, blocked over. Rosso right there. A back bump set. That's a tough ball to deal with if you're LA Pierce. Molander, it completely moves the block. What a bump set. right on the money.
Both of these setters are something else. They put their hitters in great positions time and time again.
Yeah, that was DeBerk that time, the libero, with the back bump set. Alvarez hit that one a little fat. Fresno with a point. They shoot out to a 1-point lead.
It's a good rotation for Fresno defensively. They got 3 really good players here. Number 18 here was a libero in high school. And so it's like having 2 liberos in the court right now. And defensively, that's, I mean, can't ask for much more than that.
Moyles and Lovick. Moyles, the setter. Well, you have 2 setters out there. Okay, so, Coach, Alvarez listed as a setter, but she's been hitting a lot on the outside. And it's really nice to have a person that can set as well as hit. And you're running a 5-1 or a 6-2 at that point.
When you have your setters hitting, you're hitting a 6-2. So you have the ability to have 3 hitters in the net all the time.
And Alvarez has been a force out of the back row as well. It's starting to get away from L.A. Pierce. Coach Mardini going to take a timeout. Biggest lead of the game so far. And it belongs to Fresno City, 17-14. We're in set 1. It's the 2016 Women's Volleyball Championships in the 3C2A live from L.A. Pierce College. We'll be back. Well, the entire Alvarez family got in on the shout-outs before the match, and we have another in the chat box, Crystal Coral, Michaela Cervantes' sister, watching from Tacoma, Washington. Cervantes serving right now. It's a good one, but handled well. Rosso, and they move her to the near side, over from the far, and she puts it away. You talked about her versatility, Coach. She's an impressive player to watch.
Like you just talked about earlier, being able to hit from all over the floor, and just, I mean, she hits so high. I mean, it causes a lot of trouble for the defense.
Rosso, power jump serve, perfect pass from Goldsberry. Molander tools it. 18-15, back to a 3-point lead.
Just play the side-out game here.
Yeah.
Now they'd be okay.
I think you'll trade points with a 3-point lead late in set 1 for sure.
I would try that.
Burke. Back set. Maybe get away with a little bit of a lift there. Near side. Goldsberry, big swing. Izquierdo with the dig out. Doss. Whitley Doss. Been impressive here. I think she's been the player of set 1 for the Brahma Bulls.
Not many out-of-system swings for either team here,
No.
and they're just, credit the defense and the setters for giving those hitters a chance.
It really separates the okay teams from the really good teams. The setting and being, you can have as many hitters as you want, but when you have.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, well, I think we jinxed her.
I think we did.
But when you have a bunch of hitters but no setter, that's like having a bunch of bullets, but you got a slingshot. And when you're able to utilize that kind of talent on the outside, we see Goldsberry, perfect example from Cooper.
Haven't had much of an answer for her yet either.
No. Exactly right here, Coach. Rigby back in. That went off at the top of the tape. Remember, that's allowed. Weaver on the move. So effective when that slide can get going.
It's so fast. I mean, that middle has to make a decision on which way to go. And you see she never quite caught up to her there.
And you know how you're able to execute a play like that. Good passing.
Absolutely.
I don't know who I'd give the edge to in serve and pass battle. Pretty even thus far. And the scoreboard reflects it. 19-18. Pierce trails it by 1. Goldsberry again with a swing. Alvarez digs it out. Lovick sets up near side Doss, and that's going to be a 4-touch. Nobody home. Lovick tried to set it up on the outside. She's been so good this weekend, but off the mark there.
Tough angle to hit that ball come from behind you like that. Not much she could do with it.
Well, we've seen Doss with some unbelievable ball adjustments in midair. but that time unable to do so. Weaver again on the move. Goldsberry ready for it that time. Wind in, off the block, not down. Moyles digs it out. Alvarez, we talked about the second setter, off of the block, Doss. Rigby, Cervantes, good swing, not down though. Doss gets it over. Free ball, quick ball. O'Keefe, net violation on the Brahmas. 21-18, crucial juncture here in set one, and it goes in favor of the Rams.
And that was exactly what we saw from that Grossmont match. Pierce didn't have any swings there, and Fresno took 3 or 4 full swings and attacks, and one of those was bound to go down sooner or later.
Absolutely. Goldsberry now serving for Fresno City. Doss, first hitting error of set one. Couldn't have come at a worse time. Well, Fresno City men's soccer team made it to the final earlier today. They went down to the top team in the state, Mount San Antonio College. Congratulations to the men's soccer team from Fresno on a fantastic season. Always hard to get up there to the state championships. You know all about that.
Absolutely.
And you were able to make it up here this weekend to the Elite Eight, if you will. Far side, huge swing, Anika Lewis.
Nothing like coming in off the bench cold and just blowing somebody up like that. That's the way you want to enter a game.
They call that a Chester?
She might have got a hand on it. Either way, it was impressive.
Either way, it's a point for the Brahmas. Another great pass from Goldsberry. That's going to set up Winden.
She's been a big factor here, too.
Yeah, Winden's really shown well in set one for Fresno City. They're 2 points away from taking set one.
Nice balance between her and Goldberry here.
Goldsberry in the back row. She passes so well for somebody that hits so effectively. O'Keefe from the service line. Izquierdo outside. Rosso straight down. Good luck handling that.
Pearson's got one too, you know. They got a couple of them on their side as well.
They got a few.
It's good rotation for Pierce here. They can play a little defense and get some quality swings from those digs. They might be able to close this gap.
And you got to be aware of the setter dump. Moyles likes to utilize that. She's in the front row right now along with Harrell and Rosso. Near side, Cervantes tools the block, set point.
A little loose on that set there. A little bit of play on that ball.
Crystal likely clapping away.
Big for Fresno here.
1 point away. Yeah, if they can take the opening set in enemy territory. Rosso, overpass, free ball coming. Will they go to the well? No. Harrell moving, block back over, and it's in for set one in the books. 25-20, and the Rams strike first blood here in the women's final. Stay tuned, everybody. We head to set 2 here in the women's final for the 3C2A Volleyball Championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Mike Cepeda, Kevin Kramer with you on today's broadcast. Happy you've joined us, everybody. Spread the word. SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can also catch us on YouTube. You have a set-top box, an Xbox, an Apple TV that has the YouTube app capability. You search SoCal College Sports 1. There should be 2 live options right now. Just starting off with a call for Women's Soccer Championships. The final today up at Ventura. It's DVC and Cerritos. Right here, it's a women's volleyball final. LA Pierce and Fresno City. And you can choose which one. You can choose both for, you know, if you wanna have both on the screen, feel free. And set 1 in the books goes to Fresno. And Coach, we have the stats in front of us. And what do you see?
A lot of numbers look alike. A couple stand out, though. You know, the LA Pierce 6 hitting errors, hitting 235, and Fresno hitting 375. Those are the 2 biggest, I think, differences in that first set.
Yeah, when you're talking about basically 140 points of a difference, O'Keefe battling with Harrell up front, and Harrell's going to win that battle. And striking first blood in set 2, it's the Brahmas.
Way you want to come out after a tough first set loss there. You want to get that first point and kind of get back on the right track.
Absolutely. So Moyles back to the service line for the Brahma Bulls. Set up outside. Goldsberry with a huge swing.
Not had an answer for her yet. 6 kills on 9 swings in that first set. That one looked easy.
7 of 10. You'll take 70%.
I will.
Every day of the week. You'll take that from the free throw line.
Absolutely.
I was a shade better from the free throw line in my days. Moyles, back set, Rosso. And that one, a rare hitting error. She's looking for a touch. Rosso thought that there was a touch, and we have an indication that there might have been a touch from the near side, and it is an overrule. Well, Coach, would that be considered an overrule here? Near side came in a little late with the touch.
No, you know, as long as one of the referees sees it, that's the call they go with.
O'Keefe looking for the dink. She's out. Well, Fresno City, when they got into trouble yesterday, is because they went away from just going after the ball. The dinks and dunks likely not going to work against such a well-coached team in LA Pierce.
Got to change speeds, but you definitely want to go to your horses. And
Goldsberry again. You speak about the horse and the stud up front.
On cue.
For Fresno City, and the Rams anchored right now by Goldsberry. Back set, Alvarez.
Put that ball on a dime.
She's also a setter.
It's unbelievable.
How would you like that in your program?
2 setters that start for anybody in the state.
4-2. Brahmas with a 2-point lead. Free ball over. Near side. Lewis blocked over. Weaver will set it up. It's not a bad set from Weaver there. And here's a dueling free ball. Wyndon nearly ran into the net. We're still going. Alvarez, no doubt.
Tough. They put 2 hitters in the same spot there, and blockers didn't know which way to go.
Pick your poison.
There's a lot of it out there, man.
Matches the biggest lead here for LA Pierce today at 5-2. Goldsberry, another fantastic pass. Cervantes outside, hitting air into the twine.
A little bit out of system there. Fresno's been pretty much in system the whole first set.
I thought it was a decent pass from Goldsberry.
Not too bad, but set left her off a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Maldonado, another good pass from Goldsberry. Quick set. O'Keefe looking to go short, and she'll score. Lewis late to react. Maldonado on the serve late, getting there as well, so it'll fall down. It'll be a point for Fresno City.
Using the equipment a little bit there for a little help.
It's nice to have it.
If it works in your favor, for sure. Ooh.
That's going to be an illegal touch. Alvarez lifting it from the stomach. That's a no-no.
Can't set it from the belly button.
No.
Maybe on the beach.
Maybe. Moyles falling back. That's a terrific set to set up Alvarez. She can't put it down. It's dug out by Goldsberry. Cervantes gets blocked back over. Laird keeps it alive. Free ball situation. Lewis off of the block. Cervantes can't get it over.
There's the equipment again. When it works in your favor, it's a great thing.
7-4. Lead back out to 3 for the Brahmas. It's 2016 Women's Volleyball Championship Final on Championship Sunday. SoCalCollegeSports.com's continuing coverage of the 3C2A Championship full slate. Just going to be a four tap on Fresno.
Never got over the net there. Said the block never touched it. Oh, now they're going to change it.
Overrule.
No.
Oh, are they going to jump it up?
On Pierce. Pointed the wrong way.
Who's the head referee? I see him a lot.
He's a Southern California ref.
Okay.
So
that's the reason why I see him a lot. You probably haven't seen him before.
I've not seen him very much. I'm sure he's a great guy.
Holly Cooper. Well, they don't give us referee lists. We'd like to add that to the broadcast.
I don't think they want their name out there.
Probably not. Sometimes we can be very unforgiving. Weaver off of the block. Molander keeps it alive. Harrell.
Over the net.
Actually, that was not Harrell. That was Tamia Files. Files over the net on that one.
Never broke the plane of the net there. Can't reach over and go get it. But going back to the officials real quick, I got to give it to them. I mean, all weekend long, the officials, north and the south, that have worked this event have been great. Not much complaint from any of the coaches or players, and not many arguments. It's been a pretty clean match.
Yeah, we saw one yellow card in 6 matches yesterday. I would say that's a pretty good number.
Well, somebody's got to get one.
Yeah.
Usually it's me, but they didn't give me one, so somebody else had to pick up my slack.
It was just like, man, we had Kramer in game 1. We couldn't even get our feet under us before we gave out a yellow, so that I think they probably just picked a player name out of a hat.
There you go.
Moyles, Files, blocked over. That block starting to solidify itself along the front line for the Rams, and that was for sure in the head. Laird and Molander. Files unable to get it over, and we're going to have a substitution here. Anika Lewis will come in for Files up front.
3 or 4 swings there into the tape or into the net. Nabil making the change.
Haven't seen Rosso here, just not her rotation, or we are early here in set 1. Moyles, Laird had it perfectly diagnosed. She just could not execute the ball coming back. It was a little high for her. 8-7.
Fresno's still hanging around here. Pierce was out to lead, but Fresno just doesn't go away.
Outside Molander with the lefty, blocked over. DeBurke, Cervantes. That went off of the tape, and that's not going anywhere.
Oh, saying that.
Wow. Coach, I heard all tape.
Well, tough on that angle. When you see the ball change directions after it hits the tape like that, you got to assume it maybe hit the block.
Yeah, well,
and now they're saying no.
So I had it right. We had it right.
You got a better vantage point. You're a little taller than I am.
That's true. It's not fair.
Just by a little bit.
And we have a stern conversation from Kieran Robley. No doubt unhappy about the reversal of fortune there.
She does not get off the bench very often.
8-all. That's a great up by Moyles to keep the point alive. Bump set near side. Molander through the block and down.
You know, Pierce has to feel that they've been kind of running this game a little bit, and they look at the scoreboard, and it's all knotted up here, and kind of just, what do you got to do to get away from these guys?
Should be 9-8 for the Rams.
There it is.
Well, now it's showing, well, the home team is definitely. So do they change the home team and the away team based on the scoreboard?
Shouldn't be. Pierce should be the home team on the scoreboard. As the higher seed.
The Rams are wearing white. Not only are they the higher seed, but they're also the whole school.
That's a good point. They go by the book, though. You know, it says in the book.
That's true.
Higher seed will be the home team here.
Well, it's 9-all. Rosso in there. And she takes a little bit off of it. Coach, you talked about changing speeds. Rosso does just that, and she tools that block beautifully.
When you hit so high and you bring it as hard as she does, man, if you have the ability to change speeds like that and hit that little cut shot inside the block, It's tough to stop you.
Yeah, it's tough when you're going up against a pitcher with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. It changes it up to go 70.
That's when you just get in front of it and hope it hits you.
Molander unable to make a play on it. So the Brahmas now with a 2-point lead. Coach, I think the scoreboard's incorrect. It says 11-9 up there, but I think they should probably retally the points here.
Nobody on either bench has seemed to argue it right now.
Not yet.
But I think you could be right.
Pierce beyond the back line, 11-10. Well, sometimes when you have reversal of calls, sometimes you'll get some inaccuracies at the scorer's table. Understandable, but something that should be shored up before we go forward. Near side, Rosso, crack in the whip, overpass. Harrell blocked over up front by O'Keefe. And the point will go to the Rams as it's an illegal touch ruled against the Brahmas.
Ball sat on her arm a little long there and got a lift call.
And they don't call it a lift anymore, do they?
I do.
I do too. And you know, they put up the 2 fingers or they do the lift motion and they say it's an illegal touch now, technically.
Touch.
I was corrected earlier in the year. You know what? I'm going to call it what I call it. It will be in a lift.
Some of us have been doing this so long we won't change our ways.
Well, I haven't been doing it that long. So I guess I don't have the type of seniority, but I like your thinking. Outside, Goldsberry punches it over, nearly ran into the net. Good job avoiding that. Rosso rears back, fires away. Cervantes off of the block. Back set, beautifully executed. Molander, Harrell late getting there, and that's a terrific job by Cooper disguising the back set there.
Just a little seam in that block, half an inch. That ball's back on Fresno's
And you have to credit to the disguising. It's almost like a play action. You're going to throw the ball in there? No. You're going to give it off to the running back? Or where are you going to go with that set?
All of these setters have been so good at that.
Really, really good. Roof job, O'Keefe. Fresno now with the lead, 13-12. And Fresno showed up. Pretty good following here in the gym for the Rams.
Looks to me it's about 50-50.
This is the whole school. Harrell bumps it up, back set Rosso. Good response. O'Keefe can't keep it alive.
Finding that half inch going the other way for Pierce that time.
You got to go back to your bread and butter. And Rosso's proved to be just that this weekend, along with Das, Alvarez. Alvarez now in the front row. And we have a timeout. Who called the timeout?
I missed it. I'm hoping it was Fresno. I don't know why Pierce would call a timeout going to the service line unless they saw something, but I think it was Fresno.
13 all. We have a discussion at the scorer's table. Probably just a referee taking a timeout. I'll tell you what, how about we take a timeout ourselves? We'll be back in a moment on SoCal College Sports. SoCalCollegeSports.com. Final match of 2006. We will crown a champion today. Lewis takes a little bit off of it. Back set, blocked over. Winden, Goldsberry. 13 all. Fresno City and L.A. Pierce. Oh, that's a little bit of trickery. Moyles keeps it alive. Free balls it over. Outside, Goldsberry. Beautiful swing. You see that ball over. Is that an ace? For Goldsberry.
Using the back line.
It's a game of inches. That one goes just beyond the back line. When you play with fire like that, you're going to get burned. Maldonado serving, back set. Winden off of the block. Lovick late to react, rearing back, trying to get a contact on it and keep it up. Now a 2-point lead for Fresno City. This is a similar place that we saw in set 1 in the set where Fresno City started to pull away. Pierce is going to have to clamp down.
Big moment for Pierce here.
Alvarez off the block, not down. Laird blocked over. Coach, what did you see there? Because I saw that hit a hand.
From this angle, it's tough. It looked like it got hung up in the tape there. Looking right down the net, they got the best view, I think.
It's true. The vantage point, as you pointed out earlier, not too bad here either. Nice swing from Winden. That's an even better dig by Maldonado. Lewis files, tools it.
Like to see Pierce go back to the middle here a little bit. They've gone away from it, just going to the pins. I'd like to see them kind of go through the middle to see if they can steal a couple points here.
Well, they've stolen a couple here. It's a mini 2-0 run. They tied it up at 16-all. Alvarez gives it right back. You just can't have it, Coach. Margin of error so slim with the competition being so good,
especially at this
in the
point,
final.
Especially this point of a set, you want to serve tough, but you got to give your defense a chance to score some points here.
I'm surprised any coaches have any hair left.
It's going gray. We might have it, but it's not staying this right color.
Huge swing from Files. It's dug out. Goldsberry kept alive. Cooper back set. Goldsberry keeps it going. Molander, good swing. Alvarez bumped over. Free ball coming. No, it's going to go beyond the back line. Oh, what a point. And that is the Rams' MO. It works to perfection. What an effort. Allie Cooper.
Ball control, ball control, ball control. Fresno's game.
How about possession mastery on that one? Moyles, back set again. Weaver. You know, sometimes you even know it's coming. It's just so hard to stop, especially with kind of weapons that you have up front. And now, Files comes off. In comes Rosso. It only gets worse if you're Fresno.
Two great options running that slide and setting the pin. Puts the middle for Fresno in a bad place.
And you got two setters working for you. If for some reason a ball gets targeted in the direction of Moyles coming over, you have Alvarez to clean it up.
You get the rotation you want and then serve it out of bounds. It's 2 in a row.
19-17. Errors continue to plague. We talked about the timing being off yesterday in game 2 between Weaver and Moyles. We see it rear its ugly head right there. So essentially back-to-back errors result in a 3-point lead now. Crucial junction in this one. That one blocked over and in, close to the line. 4-point lead, timeout, L.A. Pierce. As the wheels are starting to come off here in set 2, already down a set. It's a women's volleyball championship final on the 3C2A on SoCal College Sports. We'll be back. Been a long weekend here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. We had the soccer semis on Friday, 4 matches, 6 matches yesterday. And the finals here today. I was up in Ventura earlier for the first half of the men's. Cassidy Rosso. Well, you have to go to the well when you're in dire straits. L.A. Pierce does just that out of the timeout. That's a fantastic response.
A much-needed swing coming out of that timeout.
Well, we talked about our workload, and these ladies have really battled it out, left it all out here. on Ken Stanley Court. Bump set backside, Molander blocked over. Rosso again.
I think if I'm Pierce, I put the ball in her hands as much as I can down the stretch here.
I have to imagine Cassidy Rosso, the front runner for MVP. Should LA Pierce pull this one out? They're down a set, uphill climb. That's a fantastic job by Goldsberry, exactly knowing where everyone is on the court defensively, and she goes for the back line and scores.
Such great vision as a court, going up, not selling it too early.
Yeah, the great ones, the game moves at a different speed, much slower, and Goldsberry seems to fit that bill. O'Keefe and Molander up front with the block. 23-19, and the Rams 2 points away from a 2-0 lead. Find ourselves in an eerily similar position like we did in set one. Izquierdo, near side. Rosso. All right, you just keep on going to Rosso at this point.
And you got to do it quick. She's about to go to the back row here. She's going to have to find another offensive weapon if you have to rotate one more time.
Yep.
But see if they can close the gap here with her in the front row.
Can't have a serving error. I don't mean to jinx her. Good job by Moyles, and that's a difficult one to deal with. So essentially an ace for Moyles.
Apparently jinxed Fresno on that one.
Yeah. Peyton Moyles cuts it to 2, 23-21. Probably expect a timeout here from Fresno should LA Pierce put up another one. Tough float action. DeBerk, Goldsberry blocked over the roof, not all the way down. It's blocked back again, miscommunication. And the Brahmas rallying late in set two, timeout, Fresno. We'll be back.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by eTeamSponsor.com, Jostens, Nevco, and IDX, giving you the power to create, as well as Molten, the official volleyball of the 3C2A Women's Championship.
What a rally late here in set two by LA Pierce. They trail it by one, 23-22. On serve, it's Peyton Moyles.
See if that Pierce block can give him another opportunity here to score a quick point.
Good in-system pass. Goldsberry tools it. 24-22. Quick side out, or set two's in the books.
I think you'd have to go to Rosso here, but three good options for Pierce.
Watch Harrell on the slide. Everybody knows that it's probably going to Rosso. Do they think about changing it up? Oh, how about a service error at maybe the worst possible time for the Rams?
I'll give the MVP to those inches you were talking about right now. It's been the difference of this set for sure.
It really has. 24-23. Rosso on serve. Good power serve, handled well by DeBerk. Goldsberry to close it out, tools it off the block. 25-23. LA Pierce closes the gap, but they're down 0-2 at home in the Women's Volleyball Championship Final for the 3C2A. We'll be back in a moment on SoCalCollegeSports.com. It's a 2-0 lead for the Fresno City College Rams on top of host LA Pierce. It's the Women's Volleyball Championship Sunday on SoCalCollegeSports.com, live from Ken Stanley Court on the campus of LA Pierce College. Mike Cepeda, Matt Henson, Jorge Cepeda, Kevin Kramer with you on today's coverage. Happy you've joined us, everybody. LA Pierce was pushed to 5 last night. They're going to have to do that to stay alive, as they have zero margin for error. Rosso right off the bat has it dug out by Winden. Lovick, Moyles gets it over. Back set, Winden off of the block. Cervantes right there, great coverage. Near side, Goldsberry. Goldsberry 12 of 20, goes for the dink. LA Pierce ready for it. Lovick puts it into the twine. So it's an error to start things off for the Brahmas here in set 3, trailing it 2-0. Jeff Stoyanoff with the call. Women's volleyball or women's soccer final from Ventura. DVC, Diablo Valley, and Cerritos battling it out there. Back set, Rosso blocked over. Alvarez blocked over, back-to-back Goldsberry and Winden. Riley Winden and Jenna Goldsberry, wow. Good luck trying to hit through that. Good set from her knees. Alvarez, I thought that was a double tap. Free ball though. See if Moyles can convert. Weaver, net violation. It's going to go against O'Keefe, 2-1. Kill, net violation. LA Pierce is going to take the point either way. Rosso to the back line to serve. Jump power serve, it's out. One of the few errors this weekend for Cassidy Rosso. She has been fantastic for LA Pierce on championship week and throughout the season. For the Brahmas, Izquierdo, Moyles, free ball coming. O'Keefe in the middle, yep. Think, it's there. Let everybody know you have any friends and family might be interested in tuning in. Text the link, SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can catch this on the go. You got to go to the store. Can't be in front of the computer. Put the game on. It's not like there's football on today. Back set. Oh, that's an illegal touch from Rigby. We'll say this, Rigby and Cooper have been magnificent for the Rams here today. But Goldsberry has really been the difference. 12 of 20 through 2 sets. She's batting .600. I'll take that every day of the week. No, Coach Kramer would. Maldonado. Back set. Winden. Huge, huge roof. Whitley, Doss, and Harrell say Pierce serving 3-4. Maldonado again to Berkey. Moyles right there. Bump set coming. Doss, good swing, blocked over. Moyles, back set. Alvarez, off of the block, not down. Perfect pass from Goldsberry. Cervantes. Here comes the move, and Harrell puts it over. Well, she takes a little bit off of it on the slide. The timing not perfect, but effective enough. Tied up at 4 here in set 3. Maldonado going on a bit of a run here on her serve. Another free ball. Bombers have to capitalize. Harrell goes angle. What a great, great effort from Rigby. Going to be all for naught as Alvarez comes through and gives the Brahmas their first lead of set 3, 5-4. Short serve from Maldonado. She's a specialist. Outside, Cervantes with a dink shot. Moyles right there. Alvarez outside. Doss looking for the hardwood. Great coverage by Cervantes. O'Keefe tries her own dink. Back bump set from Lovick setting up Doss. Doss with a roll shot. DeBerkey right there. Cervantes, good swing, not down. Great rally from both teams. Doss can't get to the high point. And it's into the twine that ties it up at 5. Layered into the front row, into the back. First time we've seen today, Carly Kaczynski. For the Rams, in the white, L.A. Pierce in the black. Outside, Doss. Goldsberry unable to contain it. 6-5, L.A. Pierce with a 1-point lead. Joined now again by Coach Kevin Kramer of Gavilan College. Still the president of the Women's Coaches Association?
Yeah, for about 25 more days.
All right.
Looking forward to the end of that.
Who will succeed?
Our friend Nabil Mardini down there for
All
Pierce
right.
College, so
Well,
spend a year working together, and then he'll take the reins.
Very good. Well, Coach Mardini, very familiar with our broadcast. Had a chance to meet him last year up at Canyons. Really like the more inclusive format of bringing 8 teams, having a quarters and a semis.
It's been a long process to try to get this done, but it's been a great experience for everybody, and obviously, my team benefited too. So
absolutely. Lovick bumps it over. Here comes a free ball. Layered, moving, and scores.
That's something we haven't seen a whole lot from Fresno. They're moving the middle around the slide and getting them involved from that angle. It's something Pierce hasn't been ready for.
Well, something that Pierce, they took out of the L.A. Pierce playbook. They definitely have the talent to do it. And we see them execute it pretty well. That's a fantastic up from Moyles as the pass got away. Cervantes crushes that ball. Alvarez unable to contain it. Oh. 2 of the girls playing today with family chiming in on the group chat. On center stage in that point, 8-6, the Rams with a 2-point lead, a 2-set lead, looking for a championship sweep and the title here in 2016. Doss, she was hot early, got away from her. Goldsberry out of the back row, and she continues to shine here, Coach. And you want to talk about MVP chatter. Goldsberry at the top of the list, 9-6. Coach Mardini and company for L.A. Pierce take a timeout. We will do the same. We'll be back. Nine to 6, set 3. It's a 3-point lead and a 2-set lead here for Fresno City. And Coach, Fresno City just clicking on all cylinders right now. I wouldn't say L.A. Pierce has played bad at all, but what do you do? What do you have to do against a team to disrupt the synergy on display here from the Fresno City College Rams?
Well, right now it's the Fresno defense just continues to give offensive opportunities, and Pierce has got to get in system a little more often here and try to get Fresno out of the rhythm. Fresno's put it in a spot where their setter has every option she wants.
Yep.
And Pierce's block is kind of guessing right now.
Guesswork, not going to get it done at this level. Outside, Doss. Good swing.
Caught her cheating up a little bit there and got her high off the hands. And again, I'd like to see Pierce get the middles going. You got Rosso back in the front row, so I'm going to guess a hitting 4:29 in the game, and she's going to get a lot of opportunity here.
That's a great pass from Goldsberry. Sets up Cervantes, a hitting error, and she heard the feed of Cassidy Rosso setting up for the block. You have to figure that Rosso and Harrell coming over factored into the result of that play.
It's a big block. You see that coming up the last minute. Change your arm swing angle.
And the arm swing angle ended up into the net. So 10-8. That one on the back line from Goldsberry, and she is locked in, Coach.
She is feeling it. It doesn't matter. Back row, front row, inside, outside, doesn't matter. She's
Scolding hot.
She's getting it high.
Well, she was hitting 60%. And we have some more chatter in the chat box. As that point goes to LA, Pierce cuts it to a 2-point disadvantage. Everett, shout out. Do we have a last name? I'm sure we'll get one shortly. Well, Everett, thank you for your kind words. Happy to hear from you. And everybody, if you're watching right now, you're in front of a computer and you want to participate in the group chat, feel free to chime in. Keep it clean. Nothing vulgar or offensive or obscene. We did have that earlier today at soccer. And that one put over onto the Rams side. This lead cut to 1 for Fresno, and LA Pierce starting to make a run.
Couple good rotations for Pierce here. They got to make a run now. Out of system for
Overpass.
Fresno. There you go.
Moyles. Rosso roofed over Molander and Laird.
You saw that set just a little behind her. Had to reach back a little bit, gave the block a chance to seal that angle.
DeBerk.
She's got hands too.
Not bad. And Moyles is going to score with a kill. Well, we saw her make a couple passes yesterday. Well, she can pass it. She has good hands. She just set that ball for Peyton Moyles. And she can absolutely crush the ball as well.
Put her in the wrong color shirt. Let her play libero while we're at it.
12-11. Back set Molander. Moyles can't contain it. Molander's starting to come on.
Good digging opportunity there again. Just couldn't get the ball up to a spot where the setter could get her hands on it.
Well, after 2 sets, Molander only hitting 6 of 13. Three hitting errors, but she's picked it up here in set 3. Rosso off of the block, keeping it aligned is Goldsberry. The Rams are going to lose that battle as O'Keefe comes up off of the deck. Looked like she might have been smarting a little bit, but she's okay. Good to see it. All-American selection for the Rams.
Big slide out opportunity here for Fresno. Kind of keeping pace here.
Goldsberry roofed by Doss.
That Pierce block, if they can get themselves going right now, it's going to disrupt Fresno enough to let them maybe go on a little mini run here and kind of get some momentum back.
They could use it right now. They're down 2 sets to love. Cassidy Rosso, great serve. Out of system are the Rams. Goldsberry gets a good swing on it. Doss blocked over, kept alive. We're still going. Great effort, near side. Goldsberry takes a little bit off of it, fools everybody, including myself. It's a point for Fresno.
They have had no answer for her from anywhere on the court. Heck of a performance by her.
Goldsberry now serving. That's a good serve, handled pretty well. Back set, Alvarez with a crush ball. Nobody's going to catch up to it. It's 14-all. Back and forth we go here in set 3. We got a good one.
We've been here, set 1 and 2, kind of in the same spot here, and this is where Fresno's ball control kind of took over. If Pierce can just keep hammering away, get them out of system, they got a shot to push game 4. Set 4, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Old guy again.
14-all, set near side. Cervantes! It's blocked out. So the point will go to Fresno City. So DeBerkey, that's the correct pronunciation. We appreciate the feedback there. We like to be as accurate as possible. Alvarez off of the touch. will score for L.A. Pierce. Seesaw battle at 15-all.
That's a good matchup for Pierce with Cervantes in the front row. She's a great blocker, but Pierce is able to go up high off her hands like that. It's going to make it tough for Fresno.
Alvarez handled well by Brianne DeBerkey. Big crush ball, Wendon.
That was a great serve, an amazing pass by the libero for Fresno. And holy smokes, she hammered that ball on the right side.
That was through two sets of hands.
It was self-defense on the Pierce defense there.
16-15. Outside, Doss. Big swing, not down. DeBerkey digs it out. That one blocked over. Cooper with coverage. Back row attack. Alvarez keeps it going. Harrell off of a touch. 16-all.
Like I'm telling you, if they could find some life in the middle, I mean, almost every other ball is to the antenna, and Fresno's defense is locked in on that outside set.
You free up that middle, give you a ton of options. You also have Alvarez out of the back row. Be wary of that. We've seen it a couple times this weekend. Cervantes is in on the kill.
Not sure what the serving decision process is for Pierce, but they keep going after Fresno's libero, and she's serving it up perfect almost every single time.
17-16, Cervantes serving, not handled well by Alvarez, out of system. Here comes a free ball. Perfect pass, near side, Goldsberry! Man.
I'll tell you what, if you didn't know who she was before today,
you know now.
You're not going to forget her tomorrow.
Jenna Goldsberry on fire here in the final. It's 18-16, Rosso outside. You gotta go to the big arm. It's a rifle angle shot from Cassidy Rosso.
Just to remind everybody she's still in the house and she's pretty good too.
Just incredible.
I'm gonna guess that if Pierce gets another opportunity to set a ball in this rally, they're gonna go back to her again.
You almost have to at this point. Near side, Goldsberry off of the block again. And I'm interested to see what her numbers are right now, staggering through two sets. And, man, she is really putting her stamp on these finals.
I want to see those two play a singles volleyball game against each other and just hammer back and forth. I know it's not a real thing.
That'd be fun if it was, though. So, long service error. L.A. Pierce will take it. Still down by a point. We're in set 3. First two went to the Rams, are one set away from a 2016 championship here in the 3C2A. Mike Zepeda, Kevin Kramer, Matt Henson, and Jorge Zepeda.
A lot of changes on the outside there for Pierce. Going through a lot of different outside hitters trying to find the right combination.
Cooper leaves her feet.
Back row attack.
So back row attack results in an error and a tied up score at 19-all in set 3.
Closest Pierce has been. We'll see how Fresno responds to this.
Closest Pierce has been this late in a set.
Yep.
Izquierdo, pretty good pass. Rosso takes a little bit off of it. Full ender right there. Goldsberry again, rears back, not down. Moyles nearly fell over. Files! Tamia Files puts it away. And the first time that Pierce has gotten a 21st here today. Can they close it out in set 3 to force a set 4?
Moving Rosso to the right side here, a little bit bigger block. See if she can get something cooking up. Ooh.
And that one past the back line, it looked like, but they're going to credit L.A. Pierce. Let's look at the replay here on the serve. We get the main shot here, Maddie. Slide her all the way back. Let's look at it one more time here. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll look at the serve and see if we can pinpoint whether or not that was in. Oh, we missed it just barely.
I guarantee you Pierce is going to say it's in every single time they look at that replay, and Fresno will say it's out every time.
It's a 2-point lead, 21-19, in favor of L.A. Pierce. And they will try to force 4 when we come back on SoCal College Sports. 21-19, LA Pierce with a 2-point lead late in set 3. Down 0-2 at home, trying to really grit this one out. Lovick there in time. Big swing from Rosso, finds the wood.
Boy, gave that first ball back over to Pierce and put them right where they wanted to be in system.
See that shot again. Look at the power there from Cassidy Rosso. To a live shot now. Back set, Molander, blocked right back at ya. Weaver and Files.
You look where those passes are landing right inside the 10-foot line. Those hitters are hitting a little bit further off the net than they have been all match. And all of a sudden the Pierce blocks is making a mess of things.
Another timeout for Fresno City. Coach Romley want to talk it over here. And they will try to regroup. We'll take a break ourselves. Mike Cepeda, Kevin Kramer with you on today's coverage. It's a women's volleyball final in the 3C2A on SoCalCollegeSports.com, live from LA Pierce College. It's Pierce up by 4 late in set 3. And when you're in trouble, you go to what's been working. Jenna Goldsberry has been fantastic this weekend.
And it hasn't just been this match. It's been every game that she's played this tournament, well, really all year long.
Been amazing. Cuts a lead to 3. Bombers need a quick side out here. They want to get going. Rosso into the block, but not down. Goldsberry again. Nobody there. Miscommunication from the Brahmas. Well, they're 2 points away from forcing a set 4. The Rams 4 points away from a state championship. They will try to do so on the serve of Sydney Rigby. Outside, Files, blocked back over. Winden and O'Keefe.
Pierce pretty straight ahead right now, allowing that Fresno block to have a clear view of where they're going.
(23-20), it goes into the twine. Probably about the worst point for a service error at that moment. 24-22 now, and Pierce, it's set point. And here's Rosso from the service line with some serious power. Duberke handles it perfectly, blocked over from Goldsberry, but still going. Winden, good swing, great pass from Rosso. Outside Doss. Doss gets roofed! Winden and O'Keefe.
Unbelievable. Fresno just will not go away.
The Rams want to end it right here. We'll have a substitution. Alvarez back on. She'll come on for Files. Weaver, Alvarez. Doss. Who's it go to? Alvarez gets the call off of the block. Goldsberry saves it. Near side, Cervantes. Pretty good pass. Doss outside. Into the antenna. Win by 2 now in set 3.
You got an opportunity to go to Goldsberry in the back row for Fresno, but both the big hitters in the back row right now, somebody else is going to have to figure this out and end this thing.
Look for Cervantes or O'Keefe. Winden's been fantastic as well. Here we go. First to win by 2 wins the set. It's either a 4-set coming or a championship for Fresno City. Huge block up front, but not down. Winden puts it over and scores. Championship point for Fresno City. Timeout, LA Pierce. We'll be back. Coach Kramer, what do? Fresno looked like it was going to 4 sets, and they rally back to a win-by-2 situation after a service error made it set point for LA Pierce, and now they're 1 point away. Back set. Alvarez sits out, no touch! Fresno City, your champion in the 3C2A for 2016. Again, a big thank you to Coach Kevin Kramer from Gavilan Women's Volleyball Coaches Association President for coming on to the broadcast. The Rams close it out in 3 in enemy territory. Down on Ken Stanley Court in the final. Sports.com with a recap. Hope to have up here in the nest at LA Pierce College. When we come back on SoCalCollegeSports.com, stay with us. Fresno City College, your champion in the 3C2A for women's volleyball. An impressive performance from the Lady Rams. Jenna Goldsberry, your MVP here in 2016. Well, we hope to have her on shortly here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Thank you for watching, everybody. It's been a pleasure coming out to LA Pierce College. Special thanks to Lance Walker, of course, George Matagakis up at the 3C2A. Really everybody involved, Matt Henson, Jorge Cepeda, Coach Kevin Kramer, Jeff Moynihan, and the entire We'll keep the video going. We'll take out the audio and be back in just a moment. We will be joined shortly by Jenna Goldsberry. What a performance by her this weekend. Incredible here for the Fresno City College Rams. And it was a team effort from the Rams en route to the title. You think about the adversity that you have to battle through. If you're Jenna Goldsberry and the Rams, you're going up against an LA Pierce squad ranked number 2 in Southern California, and they're at home in the finals. And you manage to sweep them out. And you think about the road. Go back to the road that they took. They dispatched the number 1 team in the state, 3-0 Grossmont in the semis. And follow that up by taking out the host also in 3 sets. LA Pierce, Fresno City, your 2016 women's volleyball champion. And stay tuned, everybody. Hope to have Jenna on shortly on the broadcast. situation down on the floor. We were unable to hook into the PA system here. Unfortunately, would have loved to have some of the calls down on the floor for you, but we were told by the staff here that we were unable to do so, but that's okay because we will have Jenna Goldsberry, the MVP, on, and we'll have a list of the All-State players here for the 3C2A Women's Volleyball Championships. 26-24 in set 3. It's 3-0, and down goes L.A. Pierce at home to Fresno City College, your 2016 champion for women's volleyball in the 3C2A. Fresno City College Rams, your 2016 champion for women's volleyball in the 3C2A. And we have the MVP with you, Jenna Goldsberry. Jenna, a fantastic performance by not only your team, but you in particular. You really stood out amongst everybody. That's a tough team, just being two wins in a row versus very, very good teams. And what really separated, what seemed to separate you apart from those teams is the synergy as a team. And can you maybe talk about how you guys were able to click on all cylinders? I don't think anybody really allowed a cheap one.
Yeah, from the beginning of the season, like just bonding times we've had together, we've always like been like we are a team. We don't play as individuals, we play as a team. Like no matter what the score is, we're always playing as a team. And I think for this tournament specifically, we really brought that out, and we were really good at like keeping each other up and really like pass set hit. That's all we needed to do as one team, not individually.
Like we said, Coach Robley? Robley. Okay. We were taken to task about the pronunciations of your libero. Tuberki?
Yes, that's
okay.
correct.
All right.
Yes,
All right.
Tuberki.
We got that correct now.
Yes.
So at least at some point we got that right. But back to your performance this weekend, just an incredible job by you.
Thank you.
You guys really battled adversity versus Grossmont in set 1. You were getting you guys were getting hammered, and then you take a timeout and completely change the script,
Yes.
and you sweep out the top team in the state, coming out of the South as well, of course, in Grossmont. Can you talk about and touch up on the win versus Grossmont in the semifinals?
Yes. Even from coming to the coach's point of view, we are a very balanced team. Like, when we're down, we know we're going to come back up. Like, no matter what the score is. Like, we just need to play our game. And, yeah, just the coaches are like, you guys really are well at, like, coming back and finishing games very well. And I think as a team, like, we really did that well against Grossmont, which is a very good team. And I knew in my head, honestly, that we were going to take the win. Like, I knew that every game we play, we're going to take the win. No team can take us down because just the dynamic we have on the court is like no other team. We're unique in that way. So I think that no matter what the score is, we're always going to come back from wherever we are.
I mean, you obviously had a great tournament, but as a team,
Yes.
you guys were all locked in and
Yes.
on the same page, and you really get into that zone, and it's very gratifying to watch a team be able to evolve in the semifinals as well, and in the quarterfinals. You see it 3 times this weekend. This is the first time that we've seen you this year, and
Yeah.
talk about somebody who was hitting the zone. I mean, is this you normally, or were you above? Did you exceed your own expectations?
I think I definitely exceeded my own expectations, to be honest, because in the beginning of the season, I was still getting used to the feel of it and stuff, and I knew I had to be one of the main people to go to just because I really know how, like, I've been playing volleyball for so long,
Right.
so I needed to, in my head, like, I know how to play volleyball. I'm going to do the best that I can for my team. So I think I definitely got better throughout the season, and I think I hit my peak at this tournament.
Well, it's quite the time
Yeah.
to be at your peak here
Yes.
in the final 8 for the 3C2A, and that'll wrap it up. I'm trying to check my notes. Sophomore?
Sophomore, yes.
Okay, so where are you going next year?
I don't know, but I'm very much going to play volleyball.
Okay.
So
Well, I mean, I'm sure any school would be happy to have you, so you got that going for you.
Awesome.
And your MVP again for the 3C2A final 8, down to 2 and down to 1 here today. We crown a champion. It's Fresno City College. Jenna Goldsberry for the Fresno City College Rams. That'll do it for our coverage. Thank you for watching, everybody. And again, can't thank you enough for the feedback you provided on our group chat here on YouTube. And you can catch the archive of this match and for all of the matches throughout the weekend. Go back and watch yourself dominate throughout the weekend.
Yes.
You just go to our website, SoCalCollegeSports.com. We have an archive page can be set up for all of the coverage that we had this weekend, soccer and volleyball included, and that'll wrap it up. For Matt Henson, Jorge Cepeda, I'm Mike Cepeda signing off for Coach Kramer as well. Jenna Goldsberry, thank you for watching.